dummy.
You could watch it.
No, I ain't doing
I
that.
know. Neither am I. But I'm.
That's the first one I listened to today. Was in a long time. Was our last one.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened.
Well,
to
I don't listen to him because I'm like, I just did the conversation. I don't need to listen to it.
I'm critiquing it now, just so I can find a way to bitch at Kevin more.
Hey, that works.
I
Hey,
give
Kevin,
him a lot
Kevin,
of
you
pot.
f***ed up again.
Yeah, but now I need to start. I need to get him. He's on a high horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
no.
gotta knock him down a peg or two,
Dude,
and I have to back it up with something.
we need to turn
I'm
that high
super
horse.
glued to this high horse.
Well, we're going to turn that high horse into some glue. In fact, I think you're super glued to a fence post. That's what I think. Mr. Fence fucking sitter himself.
It's possible. It's possible.
Kevin's like, I'm on the property line. You're going to have to build this fence around me. They're like, no, we're just going to build the fence under you, and you can sit on it. Not choose a side, Kevin. Which side do you choose? I don't know.
I'm with you, fellas.
I've been secured
I'm with
here
you,
by
fellas,
industrial
but-
strength railroad spikes.
But we disagree, Kevin. Yeah.
Or no, we don't. Make it even funner.
As he's disagreeing with both of us and agreeing with us at the same time. I like that.
Yeah,
That sounds like Kevin.
that's a better approach.
Fence sitter extraordinaire.
Yeah, no, man, you definitely have the fence sitting down. It is your thing.
It is a skill that is learned.
No, it's a skill that like not a lot of people have. You're good at it. God damn it.
A lot of practice.
You were like you're definitely you're middle America on your own. You're like, I'm just gonna see who wins, and then I'll be on that side. Show?
The goddamn fucking show.
Jesus Christ, we started the show finally. Welcome to the SKIDS Podcast. I'm Shane Kopke, and then I'm here with two other people. They're not important.
Yeah, we've established that, haven't we? We've
Yes.
already got that one nailed
Speaking
down.
right now is Tim
Hey-o.
Gage and
Kevin, goddammit.
Kevin Goddammit McNichols.
That's me.
Mick Nichols?
That's actually my legal middle name.
His actual legal middle name is Douchebag.
Exactly.
Why'd you
Have
have
been
to tell
drinking,
them,
dude?
man?
What?
You're slurry a little bit there, bud.
You
Actual. It's
I
almost like.
spit in my mouth.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Spit. Is that what they're calling it?
What we're calling it.
All right.
We're calling it spit, bud.
Good excuse.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying, man.
You're supposed to
Oh, wait,
swallow,
wait.
Shane.
Here's where we start. It's Tim. He's just gay. And,
Kevin, goddammit.
all right.
do that
See,
again?
that's where we should have started. It's fine.
We're doing that again, huh?
No, we're not. I'm just showing people that that's where we should do it. We need to probably make this beginning song like just slightly
We're making
shorter.
the audience part of the production as well.
Yeah,
Right?
just see what
Go
a
on this journey
fucking
with us.
train wreck this actually is.
Hey, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, that was pretty badass. That image you showed us, the new characters
Dude,
in the.
more-
That's obviously the video game, then, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
MK1?
MK1 Combat Pack 1 is going to have, what was it? Ermac. Fuck, who was the other one? Takeda's one of them. I'm trying to think of the last one. What? Not Shinnok, but the other one. Quan Chi.
Quan Chi. Yeah.
So those are the three that are from the actual game that are going to be in the Combat
Yeah, see,
Pack.
I don't know that,
Right? But that's what. But I'm establishing that because the guest characters are Omni-Man.
Yes.
fucking Omni-Man. Awesome.
Homelander
Homelander's badass.
and Peacemaker.
See, the Peacemaker
Cool.
one, I'm on the fence about just because really his
You can't see him.
Well, the thing is, his character on the show really wasn't a superhero. He was just really good at shooting.
I know.
Well,
but
yeah,
that's
he's
the
not
idea.
a
It's
superhero.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, Mortal
not-
Kombat's are like, I don't think they'll have like special powers and shit.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, but not all of them do.
Which one doesn't?
Let's see.
Peacemaker? I don't know.
Tim. There's a guy
Striker.
named Tim in it.
Striker never had any powers. He
Yeah,
used just
Stryker
like
doesn't have any powers except police
Guns and gear.
brutality.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
why they. I think didn't.
that's
they,
a skill.
but didn't they pull? Oh, I think he was supposed to be in one of the combat packs for MK11, and then like all the George Floyd stuff happened.
So they pulled
Mm.
it.
and they're like,
Yeah.
it's a bad look for Mortal
Is he kneeling
Kombat.
on that guy's neck?
Yeah, that was actually his finishing move.
Fatality.
His finishing move was that.
Fentanyl.
And then your finishing move on him was getting him convicted. So
Yeah.
it worked out pretty well.
But it looked, I mean, they did the same thing for the latest Call of Duty as well. They put Homelander on it and a couple of characters from the boys.
Well, I guess
Oh, cool.
the guy from Doom is going to be in it too, in the Combat Pack 2.
Oh, the
Doom
like,
guy?
the character,
Doom guy, yeah.
Doom guy. Didn't have
Well,
a
now
name,
they
did
call him the Doomslayer from the
Oh.
new games.
But he's Doom guy is going to be in, I guess, the Combat Pack 2.
Cool.
Yeah, they
Cool.
do that a lot. Well, Call of Duty did Rambo, which was really cool, and then
Fucking sweet.
Mortal Kombat did Rambo, and then
Yeah, they did have Rambo.
And then they had
He would actually eat a bug.
Terminator was in
Terminator.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
You
get
the Scream guy, the
yeah,
guy from Scream, the bad guy.
Terminator's in MK11 also.
So I wonder if they're the same company or affiliate.
No,
No.
Warner Brothers is what owns
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, all right.
Activision is what owns
Right.
fucking.
They just do like
Call of
licensing
Duty.
deals and stuff.
And yeah, they do
well,
licensing deals.
It's like partnership.
Which
Why
is why they can't bring back guest characters just automatically.
Right.
They have to do a new licensing
Right.
deal.
Which would have been great if we had Jason and Freddy in a game. And,
Jason,
RoboCop and Terminator would have
let's
been
see,
awesome.
Jason
together.
was in MK10.
Yeah, and then Freddy
was in MK9.
9. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. They also had Leatherface was in one of them. I don't remember. I think it was.
it was
See,
10.
that's so cool.
Was
They
it
do
10?
that.
I
That's
think
really
10.
neat. You can play
Yeah.
that character. Do they? I mean,
Yeah.
as a sound, that their voice is about the same, possibly.
Yeah, they
Because
get
I know
someone
John
that's-
McClane. They actually used the audio from the movie when they had John
Oh.
McClane on Call of Duty.
Oh, they
No.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See, I don't like the idea of it in Call of Duty.
No,
for some
see,
reason.
the
Oh,
Freddy
fantastic.
one.
I don't
the
like that.
Freddy one. They didn't have Robert Englund play it. It was somebody else that
Yeah.
did the voice.
Yeah.
And I think it was supposed to be more of the newer Freddy rather
You
than
don't like
the
John
older
McClane
Freddy.
in Call of Duty. It's a
I just
shooter.
don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of guest characters in like Call of Duty. It seems weird.
When you're
think-
playing online,
Yeah, I like the idea of them in like fighting games. That
Yeah,
to
sure.
me sounds good. But in like a first-person shooter, even if you're the character, you can't see yourself anyway.
well, you can hear your voice.
Yeah, but that's
You can
stupid.
see your feet
Oh, cool.
because he's barefoot.
It's John McClane's bloody fucking
Yeah.
glass feet.
Yeah, they really did that. It's cool as
It's
shit.
stupid.
It was
Did
fun.
they actually put that in there?
Yeah.
He's all bleeding from the feet.
Yeah, you got bloody feet and everything.
Was he wearing a fucking like
Beach beater?
No,
Beach beater?
Christmas hat?
No.
Santa Claus hat?
No, he wasn't wearing a Santa Claus hat.
I don't remember if he ever actually does.
He did not.
He put it on somebody else.
I guess.
Yeah, when you put the guy down the elevator.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Remember he like
Where it said Merry Christmas.
yeah, Merry
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
his little-
motherfuckers or whatever it said.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's
a-
a great.
it's
It's
a
a great Christmas
Yeah.
movie.
Rambo and that one's a Christmas movie.
Rambo's not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It happened in Christmas.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
that
it's
one doesn't
technically
count.
not a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
We're going to have this argument.
We're
huh?
gonna have this.
Well,
argument.
no,
There's a
the-
Christmas
okay.
tree in Rambo.
Look, I know, but
Okay,
but
no one
they
cares.
don't like in Die Hard. Christmas is actually sort of like
and it
the
comes
backdrop.
up. It comes up
and
numerous times throughout it.
in Rambo, they don't
Christmas is
even
Christmas.
they don't even really mention it
No.
or anything.
It's
It's also a wilderness
That's
movie.
not worth. That's not worth
It has
with you.
trees in
I'm
it.
realizing this argument's not worth it with you two. Jesus Christ!
'cause you're
I'm
wrong?
not going to expel the
I-
fucking energy for that shit.
I get
Plus,
it.
there's no point.
No, it's
Well,
good
it
to
doesn't serve a
argue
fucking point.
when you have a point.
I-
You have no point.
have a point.
I get it. You have 0 points.
It's
in
my
it.
truth, Shane. It's my fucking truth.
Oh, that was fucking loud.
Way
that one
loud.
can go.
Sorry, folks.
What happened to that one?
That
Try
one was Street
anything
Fighter.
else real quick. Randomly. Don't look. It's a
Oh.
fucking push thing.
Use your fucking finger.
Okay, that one's fine.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if each one of those buttons have a different volume.
They do, but I don't
Some
know
of them,
how.
yeah.
How do you change the volume on each and every individual
can't.
one? You need a different sound mixer.
Well, we need a board. Is what
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
an
we need a
actual
board.
board. So yeah,
Send
Paul,
us money, please, and a board, whatever that means.
Soundboard.
Soundboard.
So yeah, I can't wait for Mortal Kombat. It's supposed to be what is it?
Looks great.
September
I think so.
15th or
Yeah.
something like
Oh,
that.
well, coming up quick.
Looks great.
Also, beta access starts on the 18th, I think, of August.
You in on that?
Well, all you have to do is just pre-order. So I'm gonna pre-order like probably the 17th.
Yeah.
You know, just so I can get in and play.
PlayStation then?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
Yeah. Plus, you get Shang Tsung as one of the characters
Hey.
for it.
Cool.
The other thing that I wasn't so sure about with the Mortal Kombat because they brought in cameo characters is what they call it, and so on the cameo characters is as you're fighting, you actually so when you go to your pick screen, you pick your main character, and that's what all the special moves and everything from that, right?
Sure.
Then you pick your cameo character, and they stay off screen until you summon them to come in, and then they do something, and then they leave.
Kind of
right?
like
Well,
in
like a special
Marvel
move or
vs.
something like that?
Capcom
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They
So
did
they-
stuff like that in
so
Marvel vs. Capcom.
So basically what you can do is you can take a character that may not have any way to launch somebody in the air, but their cameo launches people in the air, so you can extend combos
Yeah.
much longer because this character never would have had access to any launches. Now they have launches. The next one might be like an overhead that it does that your character's not good at, but this character is.
Yeah,
so
that's not new to fighting games, but it's
no,
new
it's
to
not.
Mortal Kombat.
It's not new.
Yeah, new to
but
Mortal Kombat.
but I wasn't sure how I would like it. And the more I've watched it, I'm like, this actually looks pretty fucking good. Plus,
Yeah.
they have some great characters. they've got the cyborg ninjas, right?
Oh, cool.
So you've got
Sector,
Sector and Cyrax. What else is in there? I know Scorpion and Sub-Zero are some of the characters. Fucking Goro's one.
Nice.
They've got, I don't remember who else. There's a ton of other ones. But I think that you got like 24 characters on your main roster, and then like another 16 or 20 as the cameo characters.
Oh, cool.
And then when the combat packs come out, who knows if they're going to add?
Probably add
well,
more.
who knows if they're going to add cameo characters or not?
Yeah.
Because I know that
it's amazing how much they put into us. I don't want to call it a simple fighting game, but essentially that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but also the stories on those are super detailed and really well.
Well, yeah, they
done.
have to.
they're
because you're-
detailed and super convoluted.
because
They're
it's-
very convoluted.
I mean,
but they're
how-
fun.
How long would a combat net? I mean, you're fighting it 10 seconds, 20 seconds
What, for a fight?
Yeah.
No, they're longer than that.
It depends
On
on the
average,
fight.
so what's the average fight time for something like that? In your experience,
Well, I think
probably
you
a
get-
couple minutes. Probably
yeah.
2 to 3 minutes for a fight.
yeah,
And then
it's like-
sometimes way longer.
It
so
just
it's like
depends.
a 20-tier fight as well as like you used to do back in the first original ones.
Well, so now it's weird. So you have story mode, which you just go through, and the fights that are in it are just
storyline.
part of the storyline,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so you'll play as a different character every time when you get in a fight. Most of the time. They
weird.
also have you can go in and do
Arcade mode or whatever.
Well,
it is.
no, there's more than that. There's way more
yeah,
than just
you're
arcade
talking about
mode.
like the towers mode. where
There's
it's
now
like you climb
towers
the tower
mode, and
stuff.
there's different types of towers. There's towers that disable you from being able to block, and it makes it a harder tower and shit, right?
Yeah.
And the other cool thing is when you have the online play, it actually the towers change. Like there might be a tower that changes every 15 minutes, and it's just a different type of challenge each time. And you get different rewards.
So they keep
for
it
this.
relatively fresh then.
Yes.
I mean, there's
Keep it
always. I
interesting.
mean, you're not going to get bored of it because there's always something
Yeah.
consistently
Yeah, it keeps the
changing.
replay value up.
See, that's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
with a video game. That's what they need to do. 'cause
Yeah, I
that's-
agree.
There's a lot of games
That's
that
what
don't.
turned me off from
Yeah.
the original Mortal Kombat games. It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, see, I loved it so much though.
I
because-
love
Oh,
it
don't
too.
get me wrong. I love playing it,
Yeah.
but
Well, and also at the time, that was still
That's-
that was
yeah.
the
And
And
standard.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
on top of it, at the time, the games were so fucking hard
yeah.
that the replay value was
Well,
fighting the same guy
you know,
over and over.
mine was playing with friends or family. That's what
Yeah.
I
Sure.
liked about it the most.
It wasn't as fun when you were just playing against one other person. You know what I mean? Like if you and your friend are just sitting there playing,
Yeah.
it's not as fun. I mean,
Oh.
we had some
Yeah.
fun, but we just
Yeah.
kept playing different games because it gets boring to play the same fucking.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
exactly.
that's the
Right?
Well,
block
like
I
and,
had
and
on
like we would have it like where we were when we were
We
playing like
played-
Deadly Alliance and shit like that.
Yeah.
We'd have like 10 guys in a room passing the controllers around, and if you won, you kept the control
Yes.
and you went to the next guy.
It was
you know?
basically me and Tyler keeping the controllers, and then we found out
Fuckers.
why Tyler kept
yeah,
his.
yeah. We know why Tyler kept his.
We had it hacked or something like that.
Yeah, he had a hack on his
A
own
brain
system.
hack.
Oh, is it Adderall or something like that?
It's similar to
something
that.
more powerful.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
But bikers make it.
I got you.
So yeah, no, he was fucking murdering everybody. I was the only one getting close to beating him. I think I did beat him a couple times, but nobody else came close.
Oh yeah, no, he was
Tyler
ripping
was.
everybody.
Who knew that could be a performance-enhancing drug?
Oh. Well,
When it came to
the
video games?
Nazis certainly did.
Yeah, have you seen? Find the video of Hitler rocking back and forth because he's on too much meth.
We saw that.
It's
I mean,
insane.
yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
He was on
almost, like,
more than
itching
meth,
himself.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
find
I
it
read-
though. It's fucking crazy. It's him at the Olympics in what is it? 19.
Yeah, doing this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, how much did you take?
Well, they didn't really have a dosage, I imagine, established.
Probably
back then.
not.
Here it is. Is this the one right here?
Whatever works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking wild.
They need to put a soundtrack to it.
Just seeing it. I mean, like,
Look at that.
and this is during the Olympics, and he's like, oh, that Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens, right? Jesse Owens? Oh, yeah, it was him.
God damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's fucking nuts. That's a lot of fucking meth.
Also, towards the end, like it got to a point where he had this shake in his hand, and he couldn't, like, he would keep the hand behind him because his hand shook so
So
uncontrollably.
Warner was able to hit himself in the head with a gun.
that he may not have. There's a lot of theories around that one.
Yeah,
I
there
imagine. We'll
is.
save that one for Kevin's conspiracy.
We don't have to because that one's a relatively. Kevin tries to bring us obscure stuff. It's not
I
obscure.
mean, you do now, I guess, and then tell Kevin to bring it. That's
not
Well, he's
true.
only
I'm helping him out.
Yeah, he's,
I don't fucking
he's
research
suggested
it.
a couple of them. Only a couple of them too.
I think two.
Two.
The
well,
Titanic.
the last one you
The
knew
Titanic,
history.
Federal
And-
Reserve, and then
Federal Reserve?
Yeah, well, the Titanic and the Federal Reserve, that was all like
mixed
connected.
together.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Federal Reserve by itself. I'm like,
No. Yeah, that was all one.
And
And then I think the last
Paul
one,
is dead.
Paul is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Other than that,
and then Tim threw it off a fucking cliff. Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. They can't have commentary on something you already know the fucking commentary on. The point of it is this.
It's called a conversation. We
fucking-
talk.
Well, I know, but when you know the whole story of it,
I don't know the whole story. I just knew most of it
You kept correcting him.
because he was getting things wrong, Tim.
That's what I mean. That's Shane's conspiracy corner is what it turned out to be.
He got it wrong.
I wonder why. Maybe it was because I couldn't finish a fucking thought.
Yes.
So,
That's the best part of the fucking that bit. I love that part.
so speaking of Paul is dead, Paul Reubens is dead.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yes.
we lost a good one.
Wait.
Man, that
Eh,
sucks.
Before you say that, so I knew about the whole jerking off in a fucking
Oh,
theater
the
thing.
child pornography.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. He got. I don't. He got charged, but I
Yeah.
didn't see anything about him getting.
Well, it wasn't just him. It was him and another co-star from that.
Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah.
The guy, the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And he's also
Which
in
I
Deadwood and
hated
other stuff.
that it was him because I love him in Stay Tuned.
Yeah. Oh, Beetlejuice. He was great too. Yeah.
I
Stay
love-
tuned.
I think he's
Stay Tuned is great.
He's good in
Howard the
weird.
Duck.
He's good.
Howard
in,
the Duck.
He's good in Beetlejuice, but I think he's way better in Stay Tuned.
Yeah. No, he's great. in
Stay Tuned is one of my favorites for like weird genre movies.
Oh yeah.
It is funny though seeing all these people post the stuff about Paul Reubens and how great he was, and honestly, I think he was. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, we talked about it
He had a-
before.
he had a
We've
sordid
talked about it like
history.
3 or 4
Yeah,
times.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? That's what we
Yeah.
do. We talk
We
about
talk
an
about
actor,
people, then they die.
and then they fucking die.
We should
We
just
have a
call
power.
this the Reverse Seance Podcast.
guess
Dude,
so. We
people
just
should pay
bury
us
people?
for hits.
Yeah, right.
Like-
Yeah.
We put them in the ground on this show. Is
Yeah.
what we do.
So
But
hey,
it
if
sucked-
you
it
have
really
someone
sucked.
you really don't like and you want them to die, just pay us $50,000 for
Actually,
each
people
one,
at work have
and,
actually said that to me.
We'll
They
talk
think
about
that,
them.
I mean, I think that was you.
Yeah.
Because I remember I talked about
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. The
Yep.
next day he died.
Yep.
No, that day he died.
Yeah.
Because
It wasn't reported until
no,
the next.
Sigletti's fucking got a hold of me, and he's like, "Dude, Norm Macdonald died," because he remembered me talking about it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, the day after it aired,
Yeah.
not the day recorded.
Huh? No, not the day. No, it was on like a Tuesday that he died.
Oh.
So we hadn't even done the show.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it would have.
did it.
Well, it would have aired that day though, Tuesday, but it would
Yes,
have
but
aired later in the day.
But I didn't talk about it on the
Yeah.
show. I'm
Oh,
not
I
talking
gotcha,
about it
gotcha.
on the show. I
Yeah.
talked about it somewhere else, and then somebody heard about it and was like, "I'll get a hold of him and let him know that he died." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Because I just gone through a whole phase of watching all of Norm Macdonald's like late night shows or late night talk shows that he was on. Every one of them is gold. They're great.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before about Norm Macdonald. I didn't understand it back when I was younger.
Yeah.
I thought it was this guy's a fucking moron. This is not funny at all. And as I understand a little bit more about Hollywood works and how comedians work together.
yeah,
He's a comics comic.
Yes.
damn right he is.
He was there to make the comics laugh, not so much the audience.
He's like a reverse troll
Yeah.
Yeah.
where he trolls so hard that you don't know if it's real or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know if you saw his last special that they
No, he
his friends
talked
put
about
out.
yeah.
And they had like Chappelle
Wait,
and
okay,
Sandler and
that's
some other
different.
guys sitting there.
Oh yeah, at the very end.
Afterwards, at the very end, yeah.
It was the last show that Norm actually put out. He put it out himself.
Yes, he
it
did.
didn't get fucking put out until after
No,
his death.
his friends put it out.
Yeah, but he recorded
afterward.
it during COVID and did it with no audience.
Right.
Just him sitting on
Yeah.
like a Zoom call or
And
some shit.
it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was good.
And then of course they talked about it, and they were just talking about how amazing he was and like how like what we were talking about here about him being a comics comic
Yeah.
and all this, and they were just talking about all these things that he had done and how he would just all the comics in the room would be on the floor
Yes.
laughing, you know.
Knowing that he's also bombing at the same time.
Yes.
And knowing that that was one thing that Norm loved was bombing. He
Uh-huh.
actually loved it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, most
Well, that's the whole thing. I didn't get it, and that's
Yeah.
God, this guy fucking sucks.
Well, one of the things he would
He's
do.
not funny.
So
And-
I guess one of the things he would do at shows is if he did really well, he would just leave at the very end, right? No meet and greet, nothing like that. If he bombed, he would go to the door as people were leaving and be like, "Thank you for the show." Thank you. Just like thanking everyone for showing up after they're probably fucking furious. I think that's great.
Yeah, that's
It is
brilliant.
great. It's like
That's
adding
my-
insult to
that's my
injury.
style of humor right there.
But that's the thing. It is weird that yes, your humor is somewhat similar to that
Yeah.
in a sense. That it is
Kill 'em with
weird.
kindness
It
is
is
what I'm
weird
all
that
about.
you would. Well, that's the other thing. He was a polite guy, but he
Sure.
would say things like to make himself either look super autistic, like he doesn't know you can't say that in front of people. You know what I mean? And I know this. You'll do the same thing at times.
Yeah.
Where you'll just be like, "Yeah, I'll say this," and then, but it's close enough to what you can say that they could be like, "Oh, maybe you just screwed up."
Yeah.
You know what
It
I
was
mean?
just a
And
mistake.
that's what I liked about it. Like I loved it when he did on The View. He's like talking. I think Star Jones brought up a picture of him like shaking President Bush's hand before President Bush was was
Right.
the president. And she's like, "So what's this all about?" And he's like, "What? I can't shake someone's hand." He's like, "Well, I think we just need to get somebody in the White House that's not a murderer." And he said it on The View, and they're like, "What? What do you mean?" "Oh, you know how he killed Vince Foster?"
Oh my God.
I said it on The View.
Oh my God. Well, there was.
And then he kept saying it because Barbara Walters was like, "No, that's not nonsense." He's like, "Nonsense? I mean, like, it's obvious." He's like, and he just kept going. And she's like, "You can't say that." Like, what? That he's a murderer? Knowing that, just doing that thing where he's like, "I'm just asking a question."
What's
But-
wrong with the question?
yeah, that's what I loved about it. Like, he knew the line, and he stayed at that line
Yeah.
as much as possible. And the
Well,
weird,
yeah, there's something similar. Someone a long time ago at the reservation where I worked at a Pizza Hut, a customer came in pissed off about being said one of my drivers said there's a lot of res out today, which is a slang
Yeah,
for and
Oh.
I played it off like I didn't understand what that meant the whole time.
should have been like,
It's like I don't understand
where's
what
the
does that
dispenser?
mean? Yeah, she's like, he said there's a lot of res out. And I'm like,
You got it,
What
at
does that?
least.
What does
Yep.
that mean? A lot of res. What is that? I mean, I knew exactly what
Yeah,
it meant.
yeah.
I kept going on. She's like, so was there a lot of res out? I don't understand. So he was just commenting on how there were a lot of people from the reservation out. Well, yes, but you can't say that. I'm like, oh, well.
Oh, but you can say it the other way to make yourself disguised racist? Well, I don't get that.
That's what I
Soften
essentially
the language
pointing
a
out
little
that she's the racist for
Yeah.
being offended by it in a roundabout kind of way.
That's fun to do.
Yeah, it really is.
'Cause
Or confusing the hell out of them and saying a sentence that doesn't make any sense at all to see if they catch it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a long conversation. It's like, well, I know you put it in the outlet; it's all bananas, right?
Well, this is one of the reasons why I like it when people, you know how when you say, "How you doing?" the correct response is, "All right, how are you?"
Yeah.
Or "Good, how are you?"
Well,
That's
I'm doing well.
right? So my favorite thing to do is
Oh, yeah?
to go into how my day's gone
Like, well, my
fucking
wife
in
left
detail.
me. And,
in detail. It's like, so I woke up at 4:15, and I got up, I took a piss, and then I went back and laid down for a bit. Checked Facebook, and then so I get it every fucking
Yeah.
and they're just like, uh-huh.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Their eyes start
so
to
was it
glaze
a
over.
mistake to talk to me?
That's that Bill Murray thing. Is what he did on Groundhog Day. Did you really want to know about the weather, or were you just making small talk?
Yeah.
It's
It's
just making
one of the
small
reasons
talk.
thing I hate small talk. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Because I hate it so much. I hate the whole, you say something and I'm supposed to come back with how are the kids?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how
I'm
the
getting
kids
to
are.
that point more and more as well. But I mean, I get cordial interactions, especially with strangers. There's that.
I try to be polite.
That's what I mean. I'm not a dick about it, but
I
I'm doing well, thank you.
remember one lady a long time ago was like, "Wow, you're really nice." I'm like, "There's a difference. I'm not nice. I'm very polite.
Yeah.
I'll be polite to you. I'll say please, thank you. I'll There's about it. That's all I do. But I try to be as polite as possible to people. But once I get to know somebody, I'm like, I can just talk however I want.
Right.
Yeah, so I got this growth on my ass.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor to have a look at this growth on my ass. And yeah,
Kevin, this might be a conversation that you want to have with the doctor.
I already
Not
did.
us.
That's what I'm telling you about it.
Oh, don't tell us about
Well,
it.
that's an old folk conversation right there.
Yeah, they
That's
always
when you-
talk about all
When
their
you talk to your parents, and
all
start
the health
going,
problems they
carrying on
got.
about their ailments. That's pretty much all. Well, your father's in the hospital again. Well, what happened?
yeah.
It's like, all right, here we go.
You're like, great. So why do I need to know this?
Yeah.
Like, Here, just tell me what things I'm gonna have to look forward to, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's all I need to know.
Kind of what. That's how it goes. Hey,
The more you know.
there it is. No, we got upcoming as well as. I mean, this is kind of old news, but we didn't talk about it. We brushed up on it last week, but we
What was
really-
it?
Aliens.
Oh, yes, the UFO
Confirmed.
congressional
Kinda.
hearings had.
You got to remember
It's like because the guy was like, well,
Organic
we're not going to say
material.
aliens. He said,
Yeah.
I'm going to say
But
non-human.
it's not even just that. You're also talking about somebody who is not working for the government anymore and he, is a so-called whistleblower. This is where they can easily discredit somebody like that.
Yes.
Because
And
they're
they're
like,
trying.
oh, he's disgruntled.
Well, it's the most-
he got
the
caught
Pen-
drinking
well, yeah.
or something on
and
the
they
job.
already are because the head of the Pentagon came out and testified and was like, oh yeah, he this guy.
Yeah, he
didn't
was a
see
terrible
any of these
worker.
things. It's
Of course.
Blah, 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 blah,
So that's
yeah.
why it's hard to believe either side on any of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Until there's hard evidence.
That's what I want to see. I want to see a fucking spacecraft.
You probably already have.
Show me the
Yeah,
fucking bodies.
It was the Challenger, and it blew
Well, no,
up.
all the stuff that has been debunked. I'm
The
sure
next
a
one
good
they put a
percentage of it
substitute
is,
teacher on.
is a way of them finding an excuse to call it debunked. You know, like this recent one about something that landed on on some coast and they couldn't identify it, and then everyone basically had to put their phones away or some weird shit like that.
What are you talking about?
it was
I like how you. This is how you do the
brush
news.
up on things.
No, this is how Tim does the news. He's like, "Huh, interesting," and then he moves on to jerking off still, because he probably saw it in a news ad on Pornhub, and he's like, "Oh, that's it."
Pornhub.
I'm going to call
Greatest
it
source of
unidentified
news.
craft on the coast. That's what I'm going to look up.
Craft on the coast, and it's some lady knitting in a fucking rocking chair on the coast.
naked.
I don't know.
Why would it be naked?
Nude beach.
Identified.
Why would it be a nude beach?
Why not?
On the coast?
There's nude beaches on the coast.
Where?
Yeah,
In places?
in Australia.
I've seen 'em, yeah, I've
this
seen-
thing here. Mysterious object washed up off Western Australia at about.
Why is that
north of
mysterious?
Perth. No one knows what it is.
What is it? Let me
Okay.
I mean, it kind of looks like the bottom of a buoy.
Yeah, it's probably. It looks like a buoy.
Send it to you.
It actually looks like a buoy.
But that after so many images and stuff, people had to put their phones away, and it was corded off and all that, and everyone was excused to leave. So I'm sending that to you, Kevin. You want to put it up?
Why? I don't understand.
But that came on
Why
the
did-
heels of the whole. That showed up
Yeah, but
2
look-
weeks or a week before they announced aliens are real.
I do.
Essentially.
Look, I believe that aliens were real long before this
Oh,
because it
for
just doesn't
sure.
make any sense.
The
for
question is whether they visited here
yes,
or not.
and I still think that's in question.
I do
right?
too. I do too.
I think that there's been plenty of anomalies that's fine, but it's hard to speculate on what they are.
yeah.
No,
No, I
they're
totally
using-
agree.
They're using shitty measurements and saying meters and all that shit. Who knows how big that is?
Meter?
Yeah.
It's like 3 point.
I'll
What is
put
it?
this picture up for everybody to see.
3.1
Who knows? Who
3.18 feet or
Huh.
something like that. What is a meter?
I don't know. That looks like
About
it's man-made.
250 kilometers north of Perth.
That looks man-made.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know what it is, but
100%
it does look
does.
the way it's
man-made.
rusted out on the bottom like that.
It looks like it's obviously it's
Okay.
definitely manufactured.
3 feet, 3.37 inches.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
A meter. 2 meters.
Give it to me in freedom spaces.
Oh, wait.
Freedom feet.
4,500 of your dick.
That's about what, a pinky?
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I didn't realize that.
We'll have to go by something a little bit more. Well, I'm pretty familiar with my cock. You're not, so that's just it. You can't. Use
Yeah,
that
I'm
as a
not.
measurement.
I'm not familiar with your cock. It's good.
Say cans of soda. We'll call it that.
No. We'll just be like, we'll measure it in how deep Tim's rectum is. We're all familiar with that.
That's
We'll send the
black
mic.
holes with that.
I was gonna
We'll
say,
send the
They're
microphones
measurable.
down, see if we can hear anything
It's
in there.
0.38 Tim's rectums. Oh shit! That's like the size of a house.
Yep. Ginormous. So
I think if you
they're-
did that a split
with the
second
whole
earlier,
alien
that would've
thing
been
and all
so
that,
Yeah,
it's
it would've
all-
been way better
It's
timing.
all conjecture. I think a lot of people are saying, "Well, yeah, that's great. They've identified,
No,
alien
look.
craft." But
I believe that there's
we still
100%
want to see
aliens.
Epstein's
Yeah.
list. We still want to see
That's
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
that's something we're probably never going to see.
all the distractions out there to keep us from wanting to know what the real truth is.
yeah, but
course.
I don't know that everything has to be a distraction.
Well, hey, never
These
let
could
a
just
good
be
crisis
things
go
that-
to waste.
But you also got to think these could be. You know how two things can be true at the same time?
Yes,
Maybe they're both happening at the same time.
maybe they are.
Maybe they do want to not fucking release the list, And they want to say, hey, aliens are real because they know something crazy that's going to happen.
Well, and also the fact
like they're
that
just going to
now-
show up and
well,
we're going to be like,
okay,
oh.
look at it this way too. Another reason why this
Kevin's
let's
here?
say this is true. Let's say the UFO thing.
I didn't
is
even
true.
know you were on the show tonight.
Oh, really?
What the fuck?
I came in late. So let's say the UFO thing is true, and they are really trying to reveal it. Maybe that's because nowadays everybody's got cameras on their phones and everything,
And they still take shitty fucking photos
They
of
do,
it and
but
shitty
still
videos.
now it's a lot easier for people to get information and photographic evidence, video evidence out.
Because there's no way that they can go forever without somebody, if they are real, somebody getting some sort of electronic device in there and taking a photo of it. Because they're so much smaller now than they ever were before.
Absolutely.
You could take, I mean, I'm sure at some point, I mean, look, like, what was it, the iPod Shuffle or some shit? Not the Shuffle, but one of the small ones when it first started.
Tiny,
Didn't
yeah.
they have a fucking camera on those too?
No.
I don't remember if they did.
No, they
I'm
didn't
just
have-
making shit up, man.
But they
I
could
mean,
have.
They had them on the Palm Pilots way back when.
Okay,
I
fine.
mean,
a
hell, they
Palm
got
Pilot.
cameras now that
Yeah.
are tiny, like button cameras.
Yeah,
and
those
shit
suck.
like that.
Most of those suck.
Still,
you're looking at
they
Amazon.
exist.
They fucking suck.
I get
Don't
it, but
buy
I'm
one.
saying they
Kevin,
exist.
I don't care that. Oh shit, we should record our show with this. It's $15, guys.
Game
It says 8K.
Yeah, the Game Boy
It
had a
says
camera,
8K.
and that was awful, and a printer.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
It's actually
also-
0.8K.
It was a
I
dot
also-
matrix printer for that fucking
I
thing.
also remember
Dot
the
Matrix.
whole Virtua Boy because I played
yeah.
VR now, and I'm like,
Virtua
oh yeah, this
Boy
is
was
realistic. This is
awful.
awesome. Virtua Boy was like, oh cool. I'm in like the shittiest version of Tron you could think of.
It's
Yes.
a red laser show. is
Red
what
Yeah.
it is.
lasers.
All red.
Everything was
everything.
red.
It was fucking terrible.
It was awful.
And then they just stopped.
I rented one once from Hollywood Video, and I think I played it for like 2 hours and was like, "Fuck this."
It's
The
terrible.
water
I know
one
that
was
there's
stupid. That
there
game
are a
was so
few
fucking dumb.
good games on it. From
Yeah,
what I've heard.
there's only a small amount
I think
of
it's
games.
50.
It's like
56
something
games
like
or
that.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But
It's
I think
the
there were
system
like
with the smallest amount of
there were like
games.
4 games though that were actually good on it. When you got into it, you could actually play it. Like
Yeah.
one of them was Tetris, and it didn't make any sense to play.
Tetris is Tetris.
Or maybe it was Dr. Mario or something like that. One of the things that's similar to Tetris. But you were playing the game and it kind of looked 3D, but that kind of looked like the regular game. So that's why it was
Yeah.
good, because it was just basically the actual game.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
But there was other ones. There were like 3 other ones that were actually good as a 3D
Holy
game being
Look
inside.
what they're
it.
selling on fucking. Oh my god.
Probably a lot. They're
What are
rare
Yeah,
as
like,
hell
yeah,
now.
1600 on.
Yeah, they're rare as
for
fuck
Virtua
now.
Boy?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
eBay.
They only
Holy
made so many
shit.
of them.
No,
man.
I mean they're cool for the nostalgic collector.
Sure.
Virtual Boy
Retro
works
gamers
on
probably,
Amazon.
you know.
All the
Yeah.
game titles and shit.
No, I would love to get like I don't know that I'd want a original Nintendo. I think what I would rather have
Well,
is
regular Nintendo's great, man. The
I
NES,
know,
that was
but
awesome.
I still don't know that I would want that. I think I would rather have the one that Nintendo brought out that's a small version of the same thing.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
no, you
yeah.
can get those
I know what you mean.
emulators now and get everything.
I don't
yeah,
want everything
sure.
though. I want something that's just got like the main
Don't tell
titles on it.
Nintendo.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and you don't
They'll
want to.
they'll fucking come after you with lawsuits.
Well,
like
yeah,
crazy.
but Nintendo has that. You were just talking about that.
Yes,
little miniature
it's
thing.
it's
got all the titles
30.
on it.
It's not all. It's 36,
yeah.
30 or 36, something like that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can get like retro consoles and stuff, and you put every game on them.
Yeah,
and
see,
shit like
but
that,
I don't.
too.
I don't want that. That's why I like my arcade one up so much.
Yeah.
Because it's only got so many titles on it. I don't want to have every title on one machine.
Why?
I like the nostalgia of having all these machines in front of me, like I'm actually in an arcade. I love the
no,
arcade.
I get that.
That's the idea behind it.
So you want to turn that room into an arcade?
on one side. On one side, I want the arcade set up. I would like to get like the 4-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, Turtles
Um,
in Time.
What was the other one? Oh, I want the T2 Terminator.
Simpsons
Oh yeah, the
game.
guns. Yeah.
I've already
Had the light guns.
I've already decided against the Simpsons game because the controller layout is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you're right. It's all over the place on that board.
No,
too,
it's not
yeah.
that. You don't even know.
No. What are you
It's
talking about?
fun to listen to you talk about things you
Well,
don't
I
know.
remember.
No,
it
the
was-
original one.
I
is
know the game. I played the
yes,
arcade
but
game.
the arcade game is fine.
Mhm.
The controllers may not be ideal, but they're fine.
Right.
They're not fine on the arcade one up.
Oh, the
right?
arcade one up.
So on the arcade one up, you have the leftmost controller and the rightmost controller that are the only playable ones, right?
Yeah.
The other ones, the one in the middle, instead of the joystick and then the buttons being below it, which
Mm-hmm.
is where it should be, they're above it, and they're sitting like this, so you can't move. And the thing that
shit.
sucks is
Oh, so they're just for looks?
it's not supposed to be.
No, it's not supposed to be.
It's supposed to be
It's just
functional.
with the
they
Simpsons
just
game.
fucked up on the one game and made it
Yeah.
terrible. I think it's because of where they put the because they have Simpsons bowling on there too.
Oh, okay, because it's kind of an emulator. It's just not that
Yeah,
one game.
yeah,
it is
they are all
emulated.
emulators,
Yeah.
but I don't want to have if I want a one game that has all the games type system, I want to get a full size arcade
House of the
machine.
Dead would be the fun one to get.
See, I
love that
I
fucking
was
game.
never
It
into
so
those.
fucking
I
fun.
loved House
I-
of the
Or
Dead.
Area 51.
Area
Yeah.
51 I like.
Area 51 was great.
Do you even like House of the Dead?
I-
That
I-
game was
I
so
never got into
fucking
it.
Cool.
House of
Never
the
got
Dead
into
2
it. I
was
played
awesome.
it numerous times.
They made
but I
it for
just
the
never
Wii.
got into it.
No, yeah, for the Wii.
Yeah.
That
Didn't
was
you,
really cool.
You Bull make the movie?
Yes, he did.
It's fucking
One of the worst movies ever
awesomely
made.
terrible.
Yeah, I didn't know they made a movie after it.
I can still, whenever I think
we
of that
talked
movie,
about it on the show.
I think about the time in that movie where this woman jumps with a shotgun for no fucking reason.
Out of
at
nowhere,
all
they had
and
special
fires.
powers.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, like in the middle of the
Yeah.
movie, and it's never talked about or done again
Nope.
in the movie.
Oh, cool.
Just out of nowhere, she jumps up in the air. This other guy can
She
sense,
jumps like 10 feet in the air.
but not just that. This other guy can now sense things without being able to see it and just shoot it out of nowhere. Like they all just out of nowhere get fucking superhuman powers, and then the next scene they're just normal people again, being chased by zombies.
That's one
and
does.
then like the devil or something at the very end of it.
Yeah, the like stitched
So
up.
you didn't like the
Yeah.
game because
they have
the
like a
movie
sword.
sucked? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
I just wasn't a big fan of the game. For me,
No, it was a House. Yeah, House of the Dead. That's what
yeah,
it was. wanted to say
I
House
liked
of the
Area
Dead.
51 more. I also, but I think one of the reasons why I didn't like those games as much is because I liked Terminator 2 so much. And then what was the game
That was a
before
great game.
that? What was the game
Buck
before
Hunter.
that? No, that was not before that.
That was a fun.
Well, there was an
fun
Aerosmith
game,
one.
No, yeah,
Generation
that was
X.
terrible because they just stole Terminator 2
They
and
basically
fucking
did, yeah.
and it was bad.
Yeah.
No, the game I'm thinking of was before that. Was it Commando?
No.
It was
I
the
don't
fucking
think so.
one that you're in the jungle, in like Vietnam.
too. Oh, jeez.
Fuck, I don't remember the name of that one.
Remember that?
Yeah, that
vaguely
game I
remember
like
it.
because you
Golly.
actually had to shoot like the bomb on the screen to get the grenade, and then you
Yeah.
can now grenade people. I was just about to look it up too.
Oh man, what was that?
Vietnam arcade shooter, not game, just shooter game. That might pull it up. Just go to images because you might actually find it through images a lot faster. Because then we'll just recognize it. They're not bringing up
You
the
got to put nostalgic.
MIA might have been it.
MIA, maybe. Oh, missing in action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that might have
that
been
might
it.
have been it. Yeah.
Or
Operation
Operation
Wolf?
Wolf was another one. So
Yeah.
I think so Operation Wolf was one that I played in the arcade, and I think MIA might have been another one, but they were very similar.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to get one of those. I imagine
1998?
they're not cheap though. Any
No,
of them
a
are
lot
good.
of the arcade games, if you get one in good condition, you're looking at $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah,
for
they're
one.
not
Christ.
cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get them at auctions for cheaper sometimes.
I found one. So I found one in Portland. I wanted to get $1,800 for a Mortal Kombat 3, but then it also had a switch on it to an emulator.
oh, sweet.
So you could actually switch it from the main PCB board, which was the original Mortal Kombat 3 one.
Yeah.
Or more Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And then you could flip a switch inside, and then it would bring up like
The
2,000
emulator.
other games
Hey.
that were
Fucking
arcade
awesome.
games.
Well, yeah, I think that's my only issue with the one-up ones. I don't like the size of them, even
They-
with the stand. I
Yeah,
don't like it.
they're
That
small.
is, yeah, they are smaller.
I mean, me and Kevin playing, it was tough sometimes to try to get the combos that you're trying to get.
Yeah.
To.
Yeah,
but
'cause
you
you're like,
also replaced the controls, didn't you?
I
Or, like,
replaced the controls.
stick,
So the
yeah.
controls are they're basically the Street Fighter style controls. I actually like the Mortal Kombat one because there's God, what are the name of the fucking companies?
Capcom.
There's two main controller companies.
The
Oh, I don't
yeah,
know that
the
shit.
companies actually make the controllers.
What was it? God damn it.
Controller dome.
I'm not sure what the names are.
That's their show now.
But I know there's a couple of them that are like they specialize in just that.
Well, yeah, they're
Logitech,
no.
Nah, not Logitech.
No.
because they got
Way-
the best controller known to man.
That
That thing does
still on
everything.
the still on the bottom of the ocean.
Still there.
Yeah.
Should fund someone to go out and get it.
Oh man.
Those lost souls.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of the
That
name
fucking
of that.
Stockton Rush asshole.
Nah, he was good.
Who?
Stockton Rush?
The guy that runs it?
Yeah, the guy that got everyone killed.
Yeah. He still got his paycheck. Good for him.
Yes, he got his paycheck. It'll really help him.
Yeah.
Sanwa is one.
Sanwa.
And then the other one is, I think, is it Sanwa that I have? I can't remember which one the original Mortal Kombat's had, but
everyone's at the edge of their seat. Shane, hurry up, bud.
They had the opposite of whatever Street Fighter had. Street Fighter had one, which was the American style controls. There was an American company that made the joysticks and stuff for the arcade machines for like those fighters, and then the Mortal Kombat ones were, I believe, actually I think it's the opposite. I think that the Street Fighter ones were the Japanese style controls, while the American style ones were for the Mortal Kombat. So that's what I ordered, the ones that were out of Street Fighter, essentially.
Okay.
They work great.
That's cool.
No, they're better than the arcade 1-up ones that it comes with.
Plus, one of my fucking arcade 1-ups plays PlayStation 4 games, Tim.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah. Again, like the size thing I have an issue with.
Yeah, they are a bit small.
The deck's actually bigger on this one.
I'm wondering if you can make your own box for it, though.
Yeah,
you could.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's just annoyingly long process.
Yeah, well, I could see that, but I'll bet you could find schematics for that, how to cut it out.
Sure.
That shit.
People do that. You know, they set up their emulators to build arcade boxes.
Well, it would be fun to go through and take all the parts out and then just build it into maybe not a 100% full size, but like because they call them 3/4 size, but they're really like 2/3, so they're definitely smaller than 3/4 size.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to get it to maybe like an 85% size, which would be just big enough for two people to have perfect, space for it, right? And get it up to that size, then get a monitor that fits that perfectly. And then just do that for both of mine.
You can't do LCDs or anything like that.
Yeah, you can. Mine are LCDs.
Can you?
Well, the old ones were CRT, but you can get LCDs in there.
You can actually convert old arcade machines into having LCDs.
Huh. Mm-hmm. See, I think that's the avenue I would go. I mean, it sounds
there's
a lot
this
more
YouTuber
economical
that
than
did
buying an
it's
original.
Not, though. The reason it's not is because unless
how is it not?
You're not listening. That's how.
Because you're not explaining.
Because you're not fucking listening.
Keep tapping the fucking table. What the fuck does that mean?
What
does that mean?
If you don't have a way to turn on scan lines, it doesn't look the same way that it originally looked.
So you want that scan line? You want the old CRT lines going through it to make it feel more nostalgic?
Not more
it's
nostalgic.
About authenticity.
It also makes it look like it's running in the same frames as the original and all that shit. If you do it on a new LCD without any modifications, sometimes it doesn't look right. It just doesn't look the way that the arcade would look at all.
I guess I can see that, but I mean, playability. I don't. Well,
Well,
you're getting full-fledged nostalgia, then get an original.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 Ultimate. I would love to have those 3 games.
Yeah.
The actual arcade.
The actual arcade games, and then I would love to also have the Terminator 2, because me and my dad actually fucking beat that game.
Yeah, that was
in
a
the
tough
arcade.
Game.
The driving one,
game.
Cruising
Cost us
USA
like
is
$20.
Like, no, was it Cruising USA?
Cruising USA was
But there was
cool.
that one that came out.
Afterburner was way better.
Afterburner was
64.
awesome.
What was it?
Kevin's just gonna repeat what I
San
said.
Francisco Rush. That one.
I remember
that
too.
San Francisco.
I don't think
Rush.
I ever played it.
I
but
had that on
remember seeing that.
Dreamcast back in the day.
Wait, you had a Dreamcast?
I did. I still do.
Those are badass consoles.
I still
man.
have the Dreamcast.
It didn't last very long.
Well, the little adapter that you put in the controller that you could actually play little games on as well. That was fucking.
I forget
neat.
what it was called.
It's like a memory pack or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it acted as the memory card as well.
I think the big problem for Dreamcast was the fact that they brought it out
It's the first thing that went online.
The problem
too.
was they didn't have a lot of third-party game support. They didn't
because nobody was going to disc at that point.
Well, I mean, PlayStation.
PlayStation started
but
as disc.
PlayStation.
But PlayStation, they got all the third-party.
They had the
support,
rights. That's why.
And they had all these other companies making.
But
games
that's what
for
I'm
them.
saying. Like there weren't a lot of companies that would have been able to go to them that were actually using the disc system yet. There were a lot
of them because you got to remember this was the PS2
Then why
era.
wouldn't they make it for them?
Because it had to do with rights and licensing and all that. Dreamcast, one of the reasons why they failed is because most of their games were all first-party Sega games. There was only a handful of other third-party companies that were making games for the Dreamcast.
Because
they were all making for the PlayStation.
They didn't believe in the console is what it was. It was a saturated market at the time too. You got to think. Well, you had Nintendo, and they were at the time competing with 64. Was it?
Yeah, or I think it was the 64 or the GameCube at the time.
It might have been the GameCube.
I know.
Yeah, the GameCube when that came out, fucking rocked it.
It was awesome.
That thing changed so much.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 is still way better.
Oh, I love the
there's
PlayStation
no denying
2.
that. PlayStation, and I can't deny it. PlayStation 2 has led the way when it came out.
It was fucking great.
Yeah, it changed. It changed.
I think
a lot
the PS2
of how
is still
console
considered
games
one
went.
of the greatest selling consoles ever.
I
And my
believe it.
favorite game for it was SOCOM. I love.
SOCOM was awesome.
SOCOM 2 was my favorite. 3 and Combined Arms,
I didn't play
Combined
any
Assault.
after 2.
So 3 and Combined Assault were good. They had a real weird problem with the audio.
Oh, really?
Like if you fired a fully automatic gun and fired one shot out of it, it sounded like a 3-round burst every time. It was fucking annoying.
Weird.
Because I'm trying to hear in my head, like, hey, okay, you shot once.
Yeah.
So now I know how much I have left.
Right.
Oh, I fired off 4 rounds?
But it sounds like you fired off like 12.
No, I fired off 4 rounds, but no, I fired off 1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I should reload because I'm going into a building.
Mm-hmm.
I might need those 4 extra.
You're
might.
counting.
You might, yeah.
When you play video games, you count how many shots through the sound of it.
Some of them, yeah.
Well, I usually just look at the little thing that tells me how many bullets I have in my chamber.
Wow, you're an idiot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's idiotic, huh?
Yeah, you're a dummy.
Here you are.
I think someone called you a dummy on our.
Did he fire 4 shots or 5 shots? What did it sound
I think
like?
someone called you a dummy on.
If only there was some other way to know.
I don't-
Fucking bullets are in
Don't
the
always
chamber.
look at that. I want to look to see if I'm gonna get shot.
That's what I liked about Halo. That gun always had the fucking display right there in front of you.
Halo sucked.
Halo was great.
It was terrible.
Bite your fucking tongue, boy.
My favorite still is the
Halo
original, though.
sucked. Yeah, the very first Halo when it came
It's
out.
so good.
All right,
It
so
was amazing.
and Kevin posted a few of our short videos. They're like a few minutes long.
Shortcuts.
YouTube?
Yeah, well, and BitChute.
Yeah.
So somebody commented on BitChute saying, Angel uses plants. Dummy doesn't know anything. He just says shit.
Angel uses plants?
Plants, hundreds if necessary.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Talking
it.
shit about you.
I
know
think he
that,
was
but-
talking shit about
About
you.
what, though? I mean, in reference to...
Something you said, dummy.
Well, I'm not denying that, but I'd like to know the context of why I'm a
You
dummy.
could watch it.
No, I ain't doing
I
that.
know. Neither am I. But I'm.
That's the first one I listened to today. Was in a long time was our last one.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to
I
it.
don't. I don't listen to him because I'm like, I just did the conversation. I don't need to listen to it.
I'm critiquing it now, just so I can find a way to bitch at Kevin more.
Hey, that works.
I
Hey,
give
Kevin.
him a lot
Kevin,
of
you
props,
fucked
but-
up again.
Yeah, but now I need to start. I need to get him. He's on a high horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
no.
gotta knock him down a peg or two,
Dude,
and I have to back it up with something.
you need to turn
I'm
that
super
high
glued
horse.
to this high horse.
Well, we're gonna turn that high horse into some glue. In fact, I think you're super glued to a fence post. That's what I think. Mr. Fence fucking sitter himself.
It's possible. It's possible.
I just
Kevin's like, I'm on the property line. You're gonna have to build this fence around me. They're like, no, we're just gonna build the fence under you, and you can sit on it. Not choose a side, Kevin. Which side do you choose? I don't know.
I'm with you, fellas.
I've been secured
I'm with
here
you,
by
fellas,
industrial
but-
strength railroad spikes.
But we disagree, Kevin. Yeah.
Or no, we don't. Make it even funner.
As he's disagreeing with both of us and agreeing with us at the same time. I like that.
Yeah,
That sounds like Kevin.
that's a better approach.
Fence sitter extraordinaire.
Yeah, no, fuck, man. You definitely have the fence sitting down. It is your thing.
It is a skill that is learned.
No, it's a skill that like not a lot of people have. You're good at it. God damn it.
A lot of practice.
You were like you're definitely you're middle America on your own. You're like I'm just gonna see who wins, and then I'll be on that side.
Hey, man, that's the way you play it smart. That's how you win the Game of Thrones in the end. Just let everyone kill each other and then
Yeah,
just
no,
take
it's
the scraps.
funny because every election, Kevin's like, "Who won? Oh yeah, the guy I wanted," because that's all that matters. Whoever wins is the guy I wanted to win.
Yeah,
And I
that's-
say guy because no woman has won yet.
That's how the sports teams work up here in the Northwest. No one.
Oh yeah,
really gave
yeah.
two shits about
Dude,
the Seahawks until they won the Super Bowl.
dude,
Now everyone's fucking.
believe
told
me.
Man.
So I
Same
have a-
thing goes for the Mariners.
I have a cousin.
Yeah.
I have a cousin that I didn't know she was a football fan.
Oh.
I didn't have any idea she was a football fan.
No one could have guessed, huh?
Nobody could have fucking guessed. Now
Secret
all of her
football fan.
cars are covered in Seahawks stuff
Oh,
everywhere.
she came out of the closet. Huh?
Everywhere. And she's like, I've always been a fan. I'm like, when? when? It's like when I was a little kid, I wore like jerseys for fucking the 49ers, right? I had a 49ers football. I had all the 49ers
back
shit.
then I was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It had to be the LA Raiders every time.
Now it makes sense that you'd be under those bridges sucking dudes off. Because you're just as gay as all of them.
I hear they enjoy
This is the
Bud Light,
90s,
too.
right, when you're into them?
Yeah,
Back when they had their
Kevin's
rivalry?
first beer was a Bud Light, sipped out of the tip of a dick.
This tastes funny.
That was when I
Keep
was a
drinking,
girl.
kid.
That was when I was a girl.
Oh, man, you shot that Bud Light into my throat. There's more where that came from.
Don't tell your mom.
Never got to pay for a drink.
Okay, Dad. Oh, man.
Kevin sucked his dad's dick.
I thought I was Captain Obvious.
No, it's the way he said it. See, you could actually learn something from him if you just say it with like that twinge of like, I'm trying to be comedic. You're explaining the joke back to us. It would work, but you explain it back to us like it's Walter Cronkite delivering the fucking news. Today in stories, Tim made a joke about dicks.
It's because Kevin sucked his dad's dick.
Yeah, not funny. Not fucking
like
funny.
an academic teaching a class.
That's why it never works, and it just sounds like you lost the thread entirely. But you're like, no, I get it. I'm like, then why did you say it that way?
I was just explaining it. It was like, we don't need to be explained. Kevin, Jesus. Well, maybe some people don't understand it.
That is one of my favorite ongoing bits on the show is the you explaining it bit. Don't stop. I don't want you to stop it either. I really don't because it's funny every
I don't
time.
plan on stopping.
I don't think you can if you
Kevin,
want to.
Kevin's like, I can't control it, guys.
It's a natural
It just
reflex.
happens. I grew up explaining things to people.
Had to suck my dad's dick.
I do like also how we've made your childhood way worse. Like each episode, we just add a new terrible thing to it. Your mom like started rubbing your back.
It sounds like I was one of the most abused kids growing up.
So first off, we've got you were homeschooled, and while you were watching a movie that had a sex scene, your mom started rubbing your back.
How do you feel
suck
about
your
this,
dad's
son?
dick now.
Yep.
What other?
Have you got any
Something
sisters,
about an
Kevin?
uncle.
Oh, there was
something
an
about
uncle.
an uncle.
I don't remember
I don't
what
remember
that
the whole
was.
thing. About
Everyone's got an uncle.
Yeah, but I know that's definitely been
The
said.
Uncle Jack from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, he's always trying to hit on Charlie.
I never really watched.
You never watched it?
No,
That's a
'cause
good
it was a
show.
show.
That's a great show.
It was a show that I tried to watch, but it was so hit or miss.
Well, they're making new ones now, and they've
It
been
doesn't
really
mean
good.
it's not going to be hit or miss because it
You
was
should
so
watch
hit or
it.
miss early on.
Really? I thought they
I
were
liked
great.
the characters, but the shows were so hit or miss to me.
Yeah, you didn't see very many of them. Then.
Yeah, I love.
No,
I liked a lot
I
of
watched
them.
like 3 or 4, and it's
Yeah,
just like it's so hit or miss. Like there's some of the jokes are
Their
amazing.
first season didn't have DeVito. When they got Danny
when
DeVito
DeVito
was
came
so-
in, it got better.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Fucking amazing.
Well, Danny
how he got
DeVito's he's
in.
hilarious.
And you know how he got that role? Danny DeVito's kids liked the first season so much. They said you should try to go, and because they were looking for star power for the second season, and because DeVito's kids liked that show so much,
He got involved.
yeah, he got involved with it.
Well,
Fucking great that he
Yeah.
did, man.
He's a funny dude.
He really is, especially when that role. Oh my God, they wrote that role for him. I mean, that had to have been because the way he plays it is amazing.
I guess also,
And he'll
isn't
have them
he-
busting up, and he'll keep a straight face the whole fucking time.
Oh
like the
yeah,
whole
man.
cast
Well,
can't keep
he's a
up with him.
fucking genius,
Yeah.
man. DeVito.
Yeah, in all the bloopers, you don't see him breaking character. You see everyone else
Well,
breaking
he's
character.
also a long tenured actor.
Yeah.
He's
That's
been
what I love
acting
about it
since
so
what
much.
the 70s,
And
like
they'll
at
lose
least
their shit.
with some star power, since like the 70s
Yeah,
or
throw 'em
early.
all
Yeah,
over the
and he's
train.
done
Oh, shit.
everything. Like
Yeah.
he's
You know
done
what-
comedy,
we just did? We're talking
dramas.
about Danny
He's
DeVito.
directed.
Yeah, we were talking about what's wrong with that.
What do you think's gonna fucking?
Oh, he's dead.
God damn
He's
it!
dead
Oh
now.
fuck no, man!
Oh,
we can't. We can't kill DeVito.
How fucking?
I
well
mean,
would
we
that be,
could.
dude?
Let's
No.
not. DeVito's fucking awesome.
That's a national treasure now.
Damn
All
right.
right.
That
Speaking
shit.
of killing stuff,
Screech.
we gotta hit the screech button. Not
Too late now.
That's
Yeah.
too late. I
No,
couldn't
no.
find
Just use your fucking finger, Kevin.
I
for
couldn't
fuck's
find
sake,
it.
dude. We
I
got
was trying
one
to
goddamn
scroll.
screen.
I was trying to scroll.
Make the thing
It was
bigger
in
or
the
something.
middle of the
Maximize
fucking
goddamn
screen.
screen. Jesus Christ! It's point and click. Apparently.
Yeah, no
How's that-
shit.
oh my
Weird
God,
that that's a
man.
green button.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway,
fitting.
I wanted to bring this up to you guys because it's pretty crazy. Like, what do you guys think of this? I ended up seeing a video of a cop pulls someone over, ends up getting into a foot chase, and then tasing the guy.
As one does.
So we'll watch it, and then we can kind of comment on it and describe it as we go.
Volume check.
Should be fine.
It's up.
All right.
We'll see. Who knows? This is an experiment, Tim.
Here we go.
So the car's pulled over. 2 officers walking up. You see the...
No, that car looks great.
Yeah, no, it looks like he's just been driving in the woods.
You gotta roll down the window for me?
Yeah,
Nope.
Sorry, it's just a cat, and then I was raising my neck.
No?
Gotcha. Can you step out for me?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Can I roll up the window?
That's fine, yeah.
What? Why did it say and I wrote the book?
Yeah, it's because the subtitles are basically AI generated.
They're a little off.
Dude, AI's getting even crazier.
You know, that sucks on this.
Come back here.
Well, yeah, it's YouTube.
All right.
I'll patch it down just to make sure you don't have any weapons on you, okay?
Well, is that kid white? That doesn't make sense.
White people get pulled over too.
It'd be
I
fucked
don't
up if
believe
this
that.
is the wrong fucking video. I don't remember all of it. I just remember seeing it on like a really small Twitter screen.
Yeah,
How long is this video? I mean, we're not
It's a
gonna
minute
go-
55.
It's not long.
Why don't you give me the right name?
it is the right name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Brent, I know. So right now you're under arrest.
So now he's running towards the freeway. Your taste. I like how that.
Stop!
just
You're
in
gonna
your
get tased.
He's gonna hit a tase. He's gonna tase a kid in mid-run. That's tough. There's no way.
Well, he fell, so that helps. Yep, this is the video.
No.
So he tased the guy in the middle of the freeway
And
at
someone just
nighttime.
fucking ran him down.
At nighttime, and the
Yeah,
guy
that's blurred.
that
He's
came
dead.
up, he had to be going 70, is my guess.
Jesus Christ.
Didn't have time to. He just honks his horn. I just remember the comments on this being like, "Oh, well, why couldn't that driver see the police lights?" Well, the guy ran from like
Yeah, it's fucking
fucking-
dark.
what was it, like 3 exits over?
He's looking at the officer holding the flashlight. He's certainly not looking at what's
No,
on the ground.
no,
he
not
sees
what's
a
in front of
flashlight
him.
moving around. He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh.
So, I mean, in this situation, what do you think the officer should have done? I mean, it's pretty. I mean, you're tasing the guy right in the middle of the freeway, but at the same time, this is the best opportunity because he's finally, stumbled, got back up, and now he's getting ready to run again. It's tough. Would you want to be in those shoes?
I know he probably had a pretty sick feeling in the pit of his stomach as he saw it happening.
Oh, the officer? Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just going
but-
shit.
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I like how they bleep that. Like, that's the worst part of it.
Well, that's rough, man.
I just wanted the downer for the end of the
That's
show.
not really a downer. I mean, the kid shouldn't have ran. I mean,
No.
No, he
course
shouldn't
not.
have fucking ran.
but that's the argument for a lot of shit. It's like, break the law, something
Well,
bad's
the thing
gonna
is,
happen.
what? I mean, my guess is like, what is he looking at? He's probably got a warrant, is why he didn't give the right
Why?
name.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So if he doesn't give the right name, and then runs, and technically under a stop for a vehicle stop, you have to give the right name.
You have to
right?
identify.
You have to
Yeah.
identify on a vehicle stop. Now, if you're just sitting in a parking lot and the vehicle's not on, technically the cops aren't supposed to. They can come up and ask you stuff,
yeah.
but you don't have to say shit to them then.
No.
Yeah.
And they
You're-
can't do anything unless
yeah,
they have
you-
probable cause.
Well, they can make that
They
shit
can do a
up.
lot of shit.
Yeah, so
They can't legally do anything because I've seen
Well-
enough videos where people get shot, and the
Sure.
cops way wrong in that.
well, yeah, okay, legally, yeah.
Yes.
then-
yeah, I don't
But-
think the officer's wrong in this one.
It's
He's not in
tough.
the wrong. No, and the driver's not in the wrong. There's nobody.
No,
in
the
wrong,
driver. I mean, how do you? Because first off,
That's what I'm saying.
The guy's
There-
doing probably 70 miles an hour. What are your regular lights?
That's gonna suck
What-
for the
so
driver,
listen to this,
too.
But what do your regular lights get you distance-wise in front of you?
man, that's
It's
it.
not very far,
That's rough.
and at 70 miles an hour, that's even less distance that you have
Right.
to stop.
He's honking at the
So-
officer to get the fuck out of the
Someone
way,
in the
you moron.
comments says, now they're claiming to be a prosecutor. I don't know if they are or not, but he says, as a prosecutor, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a coin flip on if even an indictment will come about to this officer. I'm 100% certain that if this were to occur in Texas, he would not be indicted, especially in our courts here. Even if I was the prosecutor in this case and wanted to witch hunt the officer, I still would not be able to convince any jury that there was negligence on his part, although there slightly was.
I would say that
mean,
I
he
kind of
coulda-
agree with the slightly,
He
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
could have done something with his flashlight or something to the driver. Maybe.
I don't
make
think
him
it
slow
would work.
down.
The
maybe
guy was
not.
going
He
too
would have got
fast.
hit too.
Yeah.
But the tasering in the middle of the freeway was...
It's a tough one. That's why I say it's like a... It's
the officer's too
fucking
busy
weird
watching
one.
the perp on the ground. He's
Yes.
not paying attention to
Right.
traffic.
No, and the thing is,
And
imagine
when he
the amount
notices
of,
traffic, that's when he gets out of the way.
Well, and imagine
Yeah.
that amount of adrenaline that's already spiking.
Yeah.
Because now you're chasing somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
he
sure the
held
kids
that taser down for a while, though. I'll give him that.
long enough for the kid to drop. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Well, no,
a
it was
long period
the whole
of time.
he's walking around, you can hear it clicking.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to subdue the guy
Keep the
from
kid,
not running.
Kid down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is that sucks for the kid is like
He
well, now
can't
he doesn't have
move.
any time to
Yeah.
fucking move.
Yeah.
Because once he regains his faculties, he's already hit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
And then
And
he's
that
I've
car,
done- I
man,
mean,
that
'cause there
car
was
came
that-
on fast.
There was that one kid that the officer gave a heart attack to because he kept the taser on him too long.
yeah. I think
that
that
can happen.
And killed the kid.
I know, but didn't that resulted in like a pretty hefty loss?
Yeah, it would ultimately because
The one that always pissed me off a lot was the one that happened in, I think it's in Arizona. I don't remember if it's Phoenix or not, but a call came in at a hotel that this guy had a gun. Well, it was a pellet gun because the guy was a pest control guy, and that was one of the tools that he would use, right?
Oh shit!
But the officers came in, like SWAT gear and everything, and the officer just kept telling the guy, "You fucking move, I'm gonna fucking shoot you." Blah blah blah. You know, the guy's completely unarmed. His hands are up here.
Wasn't he drunk?
Yeah, he was drunk. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was it's his time off.
Yeah,
you know?
he was drunk with his wife in their
Yes,
room.
Girlfriend, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way.
And both of them are out on the ground, and
Yeah.
then the officer's gun said, "You're fucked"
Yes.
on the side of it. I
Yes.
remember that
Yeah.
video. It was
Was that
fucked
the one that
up.
was like in a
Yes.
hotel?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that one too.
That was
yeah.
terrible.
That one pissed me off.
And the guy was terrified, like
terrified. He's
Please
like,
don't shoot me.
fucking shoot
Yeah.
me. Don't fucking kill me.
And he like pulled his pants up, and that's what got him.
That's
killed.
what got him
Yeah.
killed, dude. When his pants were falling down. And at that point, look, you're drunk, so it's like you're not going to make the right decision
No.
there.
No. Yeah.
You're going to move to grab your pants because you're like, I don't want my balls to be seen.
Right. Well, he was face down on the ground.
I get it.
His balls would have been.
But maybe
He
he
didn't want his
tucks.
butt crack
Maybe
showing.
he tucks.
Oh, regardless, that was a fucked up situation.
Yeah,
it was
right
really
there.
Well,
fucked
then the
up
officer
situation.
ended up getting nothing on it. They went after him, I think, twice to try
Yeah.
to get something on
course
him, and
not.
nothing. Not a thing.
he got away.
So there's certain situations where I'm like, yeah, I don't like the overuse of because everything's become so militarized
Yeah.
in the police force.
that has
That
created
I think is
some
a
of these
huge
problems,
problem.
yeah.
We shouldn't have like what's next? They're gonna have fucking Stingers and AT4s.
right.
You know, they're gonna be driving down the street in fucking M1 Abrams. You know, with
Well, they got-
support from a Bradley
I heard
fighting
s-
vehicle.
I heard something about
Shoulder
what
rockets
they're
and
trying
shit.
Yeah.
to roll out in Portland of hit and run response teams or something where it's some way to track the hit and run person as it happens. I think it's through drone or something like that, or audio.
Oh, I wouldn't be
audible
shocked.
things like it hears a hit and run.
Dude, they could have fucking drones around all the time, and you would never notice them.
Well, that's kind of what I think they've rolled something like that out in Portland, or even gunshots. Yeah, gunshots
Oh,
as well.
that's the one that I heard about.
Yeah, it's detecting gunshots.
Yeah, and it'll get police response faster.
Yeah,
It's like-
and it pinpoints.
but it's
exactly
always in
where it went.
areas where they go, we don't care.
Oh, there? Nah, that happens all the time. That's a nightly thing.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that.
They're probably just celebrating.
And kids. Silly kids and their shenanigans.
Yeah,
That's basically.
boys will be boys.
Yeah, they gotta,
That do you,
mutual combat.
do
That's
you remember?
fine.
Do you remember when that happened in Chicago?
Yep.
That was fucking wild. Do you remember the Chicago one?
No.
There were two groups. I assume it was gang related because of where it was located and the amount of people that were involved. Right. So two groups of people ended up shooting at each other. A total of like 130 some rounds fired between these two groups. What was it? 2 people died.
Yeah, but I think like 4 or 5 wounded and 2 died.
Yeah, something like that. And it was between two groups of like 10 each or something
Damn,
like
they're
that.
terrible
right?
shots.
They ended up well.
Well, yeah, they hold the gun sideways and they're never trained
Yeah.
on it. They're,
I don't know
they're
that.
going
dude.
off of
if if-
World Star videos. How are they going to learn how to fucking shoot?
They're like, I saw this in fucking Juice.
Yeah.
You know? But no, if you look at police shootings, they're not very good shots either.
Yeah.
Dude, they went after. Remember Jeffrey Dorner? Was it Jeffrey Dorner? Dorner, the police officer that decided to. 'cause he
Well,
got
I know
fired.
cops just like to dump.
Well, this cop, he was a cop, ended up fucking writing a manifesto and was going to go out and just start killing cops,
Huh.
right? Because he got fired. He got fired because he actually tried to do the right thing and get an officer like investigated for something, some wrong corruption,
Oh,
and then they
okay.
fired him instead. So he was like, "Fuck this shit." Now he's also a little crazy too, on top of it. But
yeah.
anyway, so he went around. He went around. I think he killed a couple cops and stuff. There was a big manhunt. I think it's down in California. But they ended up finding a truck that matched the description. They fired 170 rounds into this truck to find out it was 2 Mexican ladies.
Fuck.
Didn't hit either of them.
What?
170 rounds.
Because they had Santa Maria with them. they had that thing on the fucking dash.
Yeah.
They had one of those
Santa
candles.
Maria.
Yeah, had a candle in there. Of course they get shot.
And it was lit, so Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Just
So
protected
yeah,
them the whole
that
time.
that one was crazy. But no, police are bad shots too. But no, in the Chicago thing, they ended up arresting like 4 of them, and then the prosecutor came forward and was like, "Well, I mean, mutual combat,"
Yeah.
and then they just let him go,
Fucking really?
and 2 people died
For a fucking gunfight.
for a gun. I mean, now. It is tough if first off, if the evidence isn't clear as to was this self-defense that killed these people or not, that's where it's
Like,
tough.
did this one group roll up on the other group and just start unloading
Yes.
on them? And
Well,
then, they were
and
just
then
the other group fired back and
That's
then
what
killed
raises
2
the
of them.
question, doesn't it? I mean, can you defend yourself or can't you?
Well, and that's the thing. So in that situation, because I don't know all the details to it,
Yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of the details are
what
sealed.
was in their hearts at the time
that's
is the
true.
question. Was it done out of hate
or love.
or love? And I think that
I think it
answers
was love, Tim.
I believe it was love as
It
well.
was love.
Ah. Yeah,
They
they
love
killed
their
each other
country.
with love.
The
Yep.
more you know.
Or an angelic thing.
There we go.
Yeah,
I feel much better now.
I do too. I think
Me
we've
too.
we've bridged a lot of gaps.
Yeah,
here
we realized that love is the way.
Yep.
to kill a
We've
person.
solved
Yes.
all of the world's problems.
I remember I used
It's
to
all
watch.
about love.
What is it? The First 48 all the time.
That's a good show.
That was a good show.
I remember one because most of it was in Florida. I think
Oh, I
most
have
of
no
it.
A lot of
idea
it
what
happened
I think
in
almost
Florida,
all of it was
yeah.
like what was that?
But then there was also some other
Sarasota-
southern.
Sarasota County or something
Mm.
like that, or I don't know. But I remember one where they couldn't find the suspect. They had a dude dead at an apartment complex, and all the evidence pointed to self-defense. But the kid ran because, illegally possessed a gun at like the age of 20 for a handgun. So I mean, now he's got technically 2 fatality or not 2 felonies that would be on top of a murder, right? So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
why he runs. When they find him, they're like, just explain it. If you explain it and it matches the evidence, this might just go away. And of course, everyone's going to think they're just lying to me. Yeah, they're lying to me. Because
Sure.
they do that. That's
Yeah,
part of the
of course they do.
interrogation tactics. There's no law stating that they can't lie to you. That's why I find it funny when people go, dude, if you ask them if they're a cop, they have to tell you.
Yeah, legally they have to tell you.
Bullshit.
No, they don't.
Not if they're under.
So you think that the guy that's in the trying to get a biker gang to fucking admit that they're selling crank?
Or the mob.
Yeah, or the mob. They're like,
Wait a minute, are you a cop?
Hey-
Donnie Brasco would just tell him, "Oh yeah, I'm
hey,
a cop."
Tony,
guys."
you a cop? God damn it, you got me.
You got me.
We were friends, Jim.
So that's funny. But no, they ended up talking to the kid and finding out that that what happened is he ended up going downstairs from his apartment complex to his car. The guy in the car next to him was laying down to fucking ambush him. Ambushed him, started firing, didn't hit him. The guy grabbed his gun, turned around and fired a few shots and killed the guy. And it's like all the evidence lined up. The evidence, so it's like, dude, sometimes, maybe not run if you do think
Yeah.
you're doing
Well, if
something.
he was a young kid, I mean,
He was
probably
young.
just terrified.
Adrenaline
and,
going through you. Got
yeah.
dead
He
bodies. You
panicked.
killed nobody before.
Well, and
Yeah,
especially
he panicked.
since it's probably because that one was most likely gang related. Because
Yeah,
of the
that's
way
the
it was
other
set
thing,
up.
too, is like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably already. some
And the
sort
thing
of-
is, though, so self-defense is still self-defense,
yeah, it's. I mean,
Well, in
So
Florida,
that's why
like,
maybe the
you know.
Chicago one, it might have been maybe
Yeah,
that's why
it
they
might
just
have
didn't
been.
have any evidence towards murder. Kevin's just going to repeat the things I said.
Well, in Florida, they have the stand your ground laws too.
Yeah, so do they
So,
they
I don't know if they have that
they have
in
the
Chicago.
same they have the same law here in
I think
Washington.
it's a
Do they?
state.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't
a
know that.
Federal thing. No,
it's not.
Federal thing. Goddamn.
No, that'd be state.
Here's Dummy doing dummy
Yeah,
things again.
I'm mumbling. Da-da-da. No, that was a Mencia thing.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
You know what I thought of immediately when you did that? Mencia admitting to stealing jokes.
Yeah.
And then later on going, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you said if you're there, I'm gonna fucking steal your jokes and then put Mexican at the end.
He's spent the last couple of years denying that he stole jokes.
The last
and
couple
making
Yeah, 'cause
excuses.
He's been denying it
'Cause
since.
it's
Yeah,
Talk
well, I
about
mean, he's
it.
been on some podcasts lately, though, like over the past couple of years, and where
Yeah,
he's just been
he's
totally
he's
denying
always
it.
gonna deny it.
Yeah,
And the thing is, there's enough evidence against him that no,
tons of evidence
Yeah.
against him.
they need to do that on the first 48.
Mencia's career.
Yeah, we should do that. It would be a hilarious
That's
episode.
crazy. He was on top.
Oh, dude, he was a
Yeah, he
monster.
was.
He
I
was
liked him at
on
first,
top.
and then
Sure.
I remember all the roasts happening. Remember when I think it was Jimmy Kimmel hosted the roast for
The Friars Club.
Yeah, but who was it? Was it Pamela Anderson? I think it was the Pam Anderson roast.
Maybe.
But one of the lines that Jimmy Kimmel said during that was like, if you could get that trash, the Mind of Mencia off this network, and like everybody was like, yeah, fuck that guy. And I was just like, what? Why is there so much hate for this guy coming from all these comedians and celebrities?
And now we know.
And then I find out a few years later, like, well, he's been stealing jokes from everybody. He's been making his career out of other people's funny shit.
He broke
He's
the
a great-
cardinal rule
Yeah.
that you don't do in
100%.
comedy.
He's a great performer.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a good person.
No.
So we've talked about him enough.
Yeah, he didn't need any more airtime from us. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not going to waste any more breath on him. What are we doing? I was
trying to hold my breath.
Oh, okay. That was odd. No,
What?
it's not.
Why is that racist?
Jesus,
I just
Kevin.
wanted to push something.
Yeah, our fucking nerves.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You're a fuck.
Go check out velvet-alley.com. Got
What
some
was that one?
fantastic adult
Gunshot.
toys.
It's not good.
A lot of award-winning toys as well for all your mischievous needs. Tie-in bubbles are making beautiful pieces of art. Check them out, velvet-alley.com.
And go to Coffee Brand Coffee.
Where we've made not 1 cent yet.
Yes. Use the coupon code GPS1 to get 5% off your purchase. They've got all kinds of great coffees. They got teas now and other merch and swag. Check them out.
Yeah, and go fuck yourself. They all clap for that.
Yep.
Good job, everybody. Goodbye.